This is the third video for photosynthesis, and in this video we're going to be talking about part 2 of photosynthesis, which is the Calvin cycle. Just like the Krebs cycle, we capitalize the first letter in Calvin because it is somebody's last name. The Calvin cycle is actually named for somebody named Melvin Calvin, which is awesome. And in the Calvin cycle, we will also sometimes call it carbon fixation, because we will be taking carbon dioxide, which is an inorganic molecule, and fixing that carbon, attaching it to other carbons to make organic molecules. In this case, we're going to make glucose. Calvin cycle, of course, as you should know, takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. So let's talk about the Calvin cycle here. Okay, and I'm going to do it for every 3 carbon dioxide. We should know that 6 carbon dioxide are used to make 1 glucose molecule, but I'm going to do the cycle as if 3 carbon dioxides were coming in at the same time. So again, I'll draw my cycle just like I did before with the Krebs cycle. Coming in here are going to be 3 carbon dioxide molecules. And so as you know, carbon dioxide only has 1 carbon. Okay? They're single carbon molecules. At the end of the cycle, we have a molecule called ribulose biphosphate. Okay? Which we abbreviate to RUBP. You do not need to know the name of this molecule. And it is a 5 carbon molecule. And we will have 3 of those. 3 5 carbon molecules. So each carbon dioxide attaches itself to a RUBP molecule, and you end up making 3 6 carbon molecules, which immediately split to make 6 3 carbon molecules. Okay, and we're not going to name most of the other molecules. Okay, so let's just, if we think about numbers, we have 3 5 carbon molecules, so that's 15 carbons plus 3 1 carbon, so that's 15 plus 3 is 18, 6 times 3 is also 18. So we're good, okay, on carbon molecules. Throughout the process, we end up using, we use the ATP created in part 1, the light reactions. We made ATP there, it comes here and is used up. We're adding energy here and basically storing it in the carbon molecules. We also end up dropping off and using the electrons from NADPH, forming NADP+. Okay, so the 2 products that we made associated with energy from the light reactions come off and basically drop off the high energy electrons and the chemical energy that they were storing here in the Calvin cycle, or light independent reactions. These are called light independent reactions because they do not require light. A lot of people will call them the dark reactions because they'll call the other ones the light reactions, but these don't necessarily happen in the dark. They are just independent of light. And at the end, you know what, I don't have to bring it down. At some point, you end up removing 1 3 carbon molecule called G3P. Okay? So we ended up having, again, 6 3 carbon molecules, energy's dropped off, whole bunch of chemical reactions happening, and we remove a 3 carbon molecule. We are then left with 5 other 3 carbon molecules, because remember we had 6, we removed 1 3 carbon molecule, we now have 5 3 carbon molecules left. So again, if we count that, that's 15 total carbons. And here we had 15 total carbons. So in the process, we end up changing these 5 3-carbon molecules into 3 5-carbon molecules. We actually use ATP here. To do some of those reactions, and we end up starting the cycle over again. And what happens to this one 3-carbon molecule? I mean, I said we would make glucose, and here we didn't make glucose. Well, remember that we only used 3 carbon dioxide molecules, and we are supposed to use 6 in all of photosynthesis. So this whole cycle happens 2 times, and we end up getting 2 G3Ps, which are each 3 carbon molecules, and those end up going through some later reactions to make 1 glucose molecule, which has 6 carbons. Okay, I know it's a little confusing. I recommend following the carbons through this, finding some pictures online and explaining those as you go through it.